Alrighty, Roo. Hello, ladies and gentlefish. I hope we are all having a wonderful day, slash evening, slash night, slash whatever it is for you. As you can see, this is an art stream. We're doing an art stream. New camera. So, we've got our two cameras running. We're on our new computer, which is exciting. And I figured we would start doing an art stream. I don't actually have an intro for my art... Oh, sorry. This is... Great start, Chris. I don't have an intro yet for my art stream. So I'm just kind of gonna fuck around for a little and see what comes out of that. And if something pretty happens... which it probably won't. What we're going to try and do is turn that into our regular art stream, I don't know, beginner, load screen, whatever we turn this into. Yeah, so we're going to be doing a little bit of coloring today. We're going to be doing a little bit of some sort of, I don't know what you call it, proof drawing. Basically trying to prime an image that will eventually become an artwork. Father's Day in Australia is coming up, and I do want to do an artwork for my dad, because he loves handmade things, and he loves the stuff that we do, and he's super supportive. He's awesome. Hope one day everybody gets to meet him, just because he is like the most wonderful person. He's my inspiration. If I could be more and more like him, I would be. He seems to think I am like him, and personality wise probably pretty close. We're getting there, we're trying. So yeah, that's kind of the plan at the moment. We're gonna do a rough sketch and then maybe a basic design for that artwork. We're going to do some more coloring in of this kind of stuff. These are for my my divination cards, my sort of oracle type cards that I've been making. These started off as an art challenge. I was going to do an artwork every single day. I did not do that because, you know, artists. But I have liked how they've turned out, and I turned them into divination cards, and we've been sort of playing with the idea of them for quite a while now, and trying to turn them into something a little bit more pretty. The previous issues I've had, let's see if we've got another one here, we do. Previous issues we've had is every time we scan them through, because they start out like, let's show y'all. They start out like something like this. In my book. The autofocus on this is going to keep freaking out, I think. There we go, that's slightly nicer. So they start out something like this. Yeah, just can't move too quickly, that's what it is. And then when I scan them in, they lose a bit of colour, which is usually fine. But if you then print them, there's a little bit of color in the image, and then if you print them, they lose even more color again. So you end up with this really washed out. I don't know the best way to see that. There you go. Really washed out images. All of the nice detail of color is gone in a lot of these, which makes me unhappy. So I'm going over them with these markers, and they're turning out pretty nice. What I think I'm going to do after the fact. Hopefully this will... I don't know if you guys can see that very well because the light's not amazing in here, sorry. I need to buy some better lights. Oh, so many things to set up for streaming. Ugh. Is that a little better? Fingers crossed. Alright. Yeah, so the plan is to take the pencil drawn image and then the marker image and lay them over the top of each other. And basically what that will do is have the sort of the definition and the detail that come through, like you can see on the screen there. The definition and detail come through whilst also still having the depth of color that the markers provide. I'm not very good with markers at the moment. I don't know if you can see that very well, but like, there's some not great sections here. But I'm getting better, and so going out of the lines. Hey, but I'm getting better, and I do like the kind of slightly rough aesthetic that it gives, at least with my stuff. I don't mind rough art. I think rough art is endearing. So, art stream. If you have a suggestion, ladies and gentlemen, in chat, and watching in the digital world, please do let me know. Oh, Lizzie Bell's home. We did not get very far at all before she got. I had planned to start this stream much earlier. Apologies. So we're gonna have to take a short break to go and chat to Lizzie Bell. But Lizzie Bell. Let's have a nice little. Oh, it's going to be a terrible buzzy bee. Let's have a nice little buzzy bee here. I do a lot of my drawings in pen now. Part of it is I am training myself at the moment, but I will be training formally to be a tattoo artist. So learning not to make mistakes or to love your mistakes as they come is super important for that kind of thing. But learning not to make them in the first place is the key there, and that's the thing we're going to try and continue with. She's going to come in the door any second now. Here she comes. I can see her. There she is. Yeah. So not making a mistake is kind of the plan or the idea. And then when things go terribly, you just have to sort of live with it and love it. Sorry, I'm going to take a little break and just go and love my wife, and I'll be back.
Hello, stream.
You'll still be able to hear us, so sucks to be you guys, I guess. Oh, falling over things.
Oh, you're so excited.
You're the best.
That's next.
Do you want those for working on time chips?
Sure.
Alternatively, get chocolate or honey roasting cashews. You either have any one of these. Sure. If I get this started, do you want to finish it?
Yeah. I mean, I can just do it.
Alright.
Hi, Tam.
Lowering myself into my seat. Okay. Where were we? A bee. Yeah, so we've got this lovely little sort of like bee character here. So let's make that a little more pretty. Check out the Prismacolors. Prismacolors. This was my my Christmas present from last year, and I am in love with it. The only problem is that the there we go. That the trays that the pencils sit on are a little flimsy, and so when you're trying to work your way through to the one you want, it can get a little hairy. Alright, let's just chuck some color in here, make it a little pretty, make it a little bee. Get it? Because we want this to be a nice fun little thing to have in our bee. Oh, it's not very bright, is it? Sorry. Is that getting a little better? A little better, a little better. Tell me if you can actually see that, people in the stream, because I don't know how well you can see this. Try and bold out some of these lines. Make sure my audio is on. My audio is on. Good. That's fine. I'm gonna get it. Did say I would do. You're the best. Trials of being a house husband, guys. Also, you know, like pandemic and all that. I jest, though. I actually do enjoy being the house husband. It's amazing. Makes me super happy. Kind of like waiting to the last minute to go to go to it. What song is this? Let's just... There you go. That's a little more chill. That's what we want. Oh. Kettle calls. Am I coming? Am I coming? Daughter's had her meds. Daughter has had her meds.
Oh, very good.
And the lawn is mostly home. Tea's on the table. I love you. Congratulations. All right. I think this is pretty enough. I think we're good. Yeah? Oh, such a pretty song. It's just all like chimes and loveliness. How do I want to do this? Do I want to like? So I should tell you the rough plan actually. Let's get just a crappy piece of paper. Just some regular printer paper. Will do the job, I reckon. There we go. All right. So the rough idea I sort of have is like, is me and my dad just like chilling together. My egghead, his glasses. And is that focused enough? Do I need to move this or something? It's going to be annoying if it doesn't do what I want it to. Anyway, so yeah, we're going to have us standing at the front and then like the man behind. We'll do arms down man, because I think that's fine. Little love heart. Gonna have to look at some reference photos here, I reckon. But just like us chilling at Burning Man in the background, and then maybe like sunset behind the Black Rock Mountains. Did I just give myself a paper cut? No, I didn't. Cool. Something like that. I don't know if that's going to work necessarily, but it's a thing. Problem is, people and faces are not my strong suit. I'm looking at the wrong camera. I'm looking at this one. I should look at this one. Problem is, this one is behind, so I'm going to swap these. That's what I'll do. That's how I will fix the confusion. I want to move you over here and move you over here. There we go. If I put the camera right in front of me, I'll be able to look directly at you when I'm talking. Awesome. All right. Happy days, happy days. So, yeah, something like this, I think. And then, you know, just me with my ridiculous beard. So, Dad's arm should be over the top of mine there. Anatomy studies. Yeah, were never my strong suit. Did actually formally train. But those of you who've been to university, you will know that not a lot of that sticks with you. You kind of lose a fair amount of it in the cross of it all. So this is sort of the general plan we're going with. I'm just putting in my my little costume there. Apply our gear. How's that looking? It's not super clear for everybody else, and I don't like that. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Video device capture. I mean, it's capturing it at as high quality as it can, I think. It's just not doing sort of what I want it to. Oh, there. Proper lighting fixes everything, doesn't it? So I just need to draw it up here. The other option is I can bring this camera down slightly. But to do that, I have to figure out what to attach it to that would be solid. Which at the moment is kind of nothing. Anyway, hydrate. Hydration is important. Gotta look after yourselves, guys. We might just press on. We can fix this issue later. This is a first stream practice run, as it were. And this is only going to be a rough sketch, so it doesn't really matter if this isn't perfect. Just needs to be sort of good enough, as they say. Let's put our marker sheet underneath, just so that we get the pretties. Get our markers out. Really do not have enough room on this. There we go. That might do it. Oh. You don't want to come out. Goddamn markers, man. They're not the best. Hoping if we add a little bit of color into this, might be able to see a little better what we're trying to create here. What color is Playa, do we reckon? Like a grey? So this is the problem with these markers. This is why I don't necessarily love them. They run out super quick. or just like, there we go. Or just like where they're sitting stops the color from coming through too much. All of this is going to bleed because it's they're alcoholic markers. Alcohol based, not alcoholic. That would just suit me super well. Love. That's fair. Lizzie Bell's not feeling very well right now, so we're keeping half an eye on her, and we might have to stop on occasion.
I'm fine. I can look after myself.
I know you can, but you just worked hard.
That's
Long
okay.
day of working, lover.
That's alright. I'm going to relax now.
You are going to relax now. 'Cause you're the best.
You're the best.
So we're doing, I don't know if you were listening, we're doing a practice run of the artwork for Dad.
Oh, you're making that look... Is that for Father's Day?
Yeah, it's for Father's Day. So
Very good.
hopefully we get it done in time, because we've got 4 days.
Yes. I need to order my father something as well.
You do. Sort of calling ourselves out on stream now.
We have a Zoom call with my family on Sunday.
On Sunday, cool. What time is that going to be, do we think?
3:30 or 4.
3:30 or 4ish. Can you, if you've got the spoons, just go onto the stream and tell me if you can actually see this image, like, at all. Well, like,
on my computer.
even half decently.
And by my computer, I mean your computer.
Because I have a sneaking suspicion.
Why is your sister...
Why is my suspicion sneaking around?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to ask. Thank you for understanding.
Yeah, we married each other for a reason, guys. Because I have a sneaking suspicion, and it's sneaking around because it's not sure of itself yet. That the image ratio on here is not, the detail is not coming through.
Well, I will open it up.
So if I bring the camera up to it, it's super clear, and that's awesome. But while it's down here, it seems not to be focusing on it. I have a feeling it's
Can you
more the lighting than anything else. If I move this a little, does it get better?
zoom?
Oh, I can't zoom with this camera, no. Is that a little better? I don't know. Life is hard, guys. Life is hard.
Agreed.
Move that mouse out of the way.
Sorry, the computer decided it needs to update.
No, that's fine. I think there's only me watching at the moment, or one person watching at the moment. They haven't said anything, so we're waiting on you. Yeah, and sort of the focus might be the issue as to why
Fair.
things aren't working out the way I want them to. But that is sort of a minor issue at the moment, because this isn't a particularly detailed drawing, so it doesn't need to be particularly well Vub, vub. Probably shouldn't put my phone right underneath the microphone. That was probably really loud for people. Sorry, guys. Yeah, sometimes. Get some color into us. In. Dalek, can I?
I heard Dalek. I don't know what you actually said.
I said darks, but yeah, Daleks work as well.
You can put the darks in. When you have a different computer. So it's just a matter of putting passwords in. You then have to wait for all of the things to be emailed or texted or whatever.
I mean, it's kind of your computer now, so the thing should just...
Yeah, but I haven't logged into Twitch yet.
Ah, right. Okay, yeah, that's an issue. Alright, it's sort of slowly coming together. There's an image forming, and I'm liking it.
Oh, you've indicated this is for mature audiences.
Yeah, it's always for mature audiences.
I don't usually get that notification though.
Oh, right, because it's the first time you've... So it's for mature audiences, ladies and gentlemen, because we do say some awful things on occasion.
Pretty decent, actually.
Yeah, you can see pretty well.
I mean,
I can't see that far.
I'm over here. Or I could just
moving.
Hey, no, I can read it to you. It's not like super detailed, but
That's not great.
it's.
So this is what I want it to look like. I give it a second to catch up to the stream. That's the level of detail I want, because that's what the camera can do. It's just not doing it right now.
Well, maybe you need to play around with camera settings.
I think I need to just actually move the camera. Oh, it's unhappy. It's trying to... No, let's just put it back in.
Freaking out.
It's freaking out. Doesn't know what to do. It says, no, don't move me. It'll have to do, guys. You're just going to have to put up with the not quite awesome level of imagery.
I think we can live with that.
I think you can live with that for now, because this is not a particularly detailed image right now.
We'll have to play around with it in the future, though.
Yep.
For more art streams.
Yeah. Especially because the future art streams are going to be super detailed, so...
Yay!
Detail orientation is important. Yes, I do realise if anybody is here sort of yelling at themselves onto the stream that proportions are a little off. By a little, I mean fairly.
That's alright.
But
Art doesn't have to be perfect.
art doesn't have... That's it. Art doesn't have to be perfect, for one. Thank you, lovely Isabel. The other thing is, this is a sketch, so I will then be changing this, so it doesn't actually matter at all. What is the order of a sunset?
Do you mean color-wise?
Like reddy pink, purple, then that peachy orange and violet, and then blue at the top.
I see sunrises a lot more frequently than I see sunsets, for some reason.
Sunset is what I meant.
Yeah.
Did I say sunrise?
So I'm saying
I
know
you see the other way
sunrises
around.
more.
Right, that's fair.
I see them almost every day.
I'm gonna have to do a whole series on sunsets now.
Perfect.
Yep, I thought so. You know what's gonna happen is I'm gonna put so much effort into this that I'm just gonna decide this is the artwork, and just keep working on it until it actually looks half decent.
It looks half decent.
Well, yeah, it does look half decent at the moment, but it's not. It's not to the level that I would be happy with it giving it to someone else.
That's not right.
And I do intend to give this to someone else, so
You'll get there.
I will. I always do. Again, people probably screaming at me, that's not how you use a marker. No.
Fortunately for them, this is your artwork and not theirs. Seen it.
Yes, I've got my my little my current portfolio just sort of kicking around in the background.
I love it.
Because there's going to be periods of time where the artwork doesn't look particularly artworky, as in it looks kind of terrible. Because there is a middle period with all artworks. There's the blank page in which it looks beautiful, and then you put like a couple of lines down and it still looks half decent, and then you put the structure down for the artwork and things start to look terrible again. And in that middle period, and then as you start adding layers and colors and definition and all these sorts of things, artworks then become beautiful again. The problem is that middle period, people hate, and so hopefully,
Okay.
well, quite a few people hate.
Huh.
I hated about my own artwork,
Yeah, but
and other people hated about their own artworks.
yeah, artists are critical about that.
Yeah, that's true. But the idea being that if I can chuck something else pretty for you to look at to distract you for half a second while I turn it into something nicer, hopefully I can get away with.
So that's not what your face is there for, then.
My face is here as a requirement of the sort of streamy element of Twitch. It is not a have to, but I kind of feel like the point of Twitch is to like be there a little, and if you're not,
I mean, your hands would be there.
yeah, my hands are there. That's fair. These are all self-imposed rules,
I can tell.
ladies and gentlemen.
Why I'm judging them.
Yeah, absolutely, you should. Please do. Because, you know, everything is made up. Nothing is real. Everything is shades of interpretation, and the way you do it is the way you do it, and be happy with that. I'm super happy with the way I do things. It kind of works for me most of the time.
You work for me
Oh,
because I pay you to be my house husband.
yeah, that's exactly it. This stream, ladies and gentlemen, is sponsored by Lizzie Bell. Sponsor. She's definitely not a swarm of bees.
I am not.
She's definitely human. If you would like to sponsor the stream, talk to me about it another time when we're not Burning Man streaming. Because decommodification and all that. But unfortunately, artists still have to pay the bills, so the whole decommodification thing is a bit funny in that area.
I mean, if you can manage a perfect bartering system.
Yeah, the Burning Man thing is about gifting, not barter.
Right.
They don't like the barter system because it's... So the idea behind the gifting system, and I have been thinking about this for a little while because I was trying to verbalize in my own head why that system works. And the way that system works essentially is like you give freely to someone else and someone else will give freely to you. It's not barter because you're not trading one thing for another. You're giving freely of your own accord, and then the hope is that one day when you need something, someone else, not that same person, but someone will be there to give freely of their own accord. And that will sort of make that nice sort of middle ground thing of you still get what you need, they still got what they needed, and in the end, everybody's happy.
Unfortunately, that doesn't work as well in the real world because we need to pay for things.
Yeah, it doesn't really work in practice, and it doesn't work at large scale. You do need a medium scale for it to sort of really sort of get off the ground, because if you've only got a couple of people, you don't have much to begin with, so there's not a lot of sharing. Like, there's a lot of sharing, but there's not a lot of gifting, like actual giving. It's just communal things. And then at super large scales, it kind of falls apart because people are inherently selfish and they don't want to give that much away.
That's fair. So as a hippie at heart, I've always liked the barter system as a system because I think it does make sense to be like trading and to have reciprocal things, but I don't think that
Reciprocity?
That's the word. I'm tired.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it should necessarily rely on money.
Yes.
So the barter system and not necessarily having everything have a specific value, but
it has a value to you at the time. So it's what it's worth to you. The problem with that is people then argue over what things are worth, which is one issue with it. And the other issue with it, which is sort of the idea behind why gifting is important in the community, is because it gets rid of power structures. So if you are giving freely, you can't hold over your resources to someone else. You can't force someone else to make a deal with you that's beneficial to you because they're in a hard situation.
That's true. I would say like share and barter makes sense.
Having a combination of gift and barter, I think, is probably the ideal in a sort of perfect hippie commune.
Yeah.
Yeah. Burning Man does a lot of things well, and they have a lot of really interesting ideas, but they are quite pie in the sky at times, and that sort of means that they don't always work perfectly. They require you to think differently than you normally would, and a lot of people don't like doing that, which is to their detriment often. But it then also means it's to the detriment of other people as well, which is a shame because some of the ideas that come out of Burning Iron Man are pretty amazing.
Would you be offended by anybody?
How dare? No, it's fine. I've got some jerky back here. I'm gonna have jerky.
Oh, jerky.
Yeah.
Is it because chocolate's not Burning Man friendly?
Chocolate is not amazingly Burning Man friendly because the super high heat.
Yeah, I was gonna say it would melt.
But chocolate at Burning Man is fucking amazing. Especially like a slightly salted caramel or something. Anything with salt at Burning Man is fucking awesome.
Fair enough.
That's why people have picklebacks. A pickleback is whiskey and pickle juice. And
How did you ruin whiskey like that?
well, so the thing is, you're walking around all day, you have very limited salt intake.
And just sweating and losing electrolytes.
Well, you don't sweat a lot because
Because you're dehydrated?
slightly that, but also because it's a super dry heat.
You should still sweat in dry heat.
Yes, but like the altitude combination with the sort of the dry heat and the super lack of humidity, you sweat a little bit, but it's like it's gone in seconds, and you feel less of the heat.
Right.
In a kind of weird, paradoxical way. So, what I have said has come to pass. This isn't actually looking half bad.
You do this with a lot of your artwork.
I do this with a lot of my artwork. I sort of say, oh no, this isn't very good, and then like 5 minutes later I'm like, actually, you know.
It's because you get fooled by that middle period.
Yeah, I do, don't I?
Mm-hmm.
It's very messy though. I'm not sure I like the messiness of it.
Isn't that like
It is an aesthetic.
your art style?
Stop calling me out. How dare you?
That is your art style.
Oh, it is. You got a point.
You be critical.
I am.
That's silly.
It's what I do.
I'm aware.
Oh, I'm in trouble.
I'm here to remind you to not be critical of yourself. Not necessarily, anyway. To be critical of yourself when it's necessary. For this system.
This is not necessary. This is just... This is actually just me
Yeah, I know.
being silly.
Yes, it is.
Alright, so here would be the perfect time at which the camera would zoom in and it would be super crystal clear and you'd be able to make out all of these individual funky details. I think with the sun going down, the camera will actually get a little better. Fingers crossed. There we go. Fingers crossed. I do kind of need to move this. There. Does that work? Yeah, that works. Because I'm now going to go in with the Micron pen and try. This is a Pigma Micron pen. It's not going to work. Anyway, you get the idea. And just fill in these.
You aware that you were holding that upside down for the stream?
Was that upside down for the stream?
Yeah. I'm looking at it.
There we go. That's stipple in. The sketch that became an artwork. If you are
Couch. Yeah.
Tia,
Just like the couch.
weirdo.
I am.
If you're watching this on the VOD, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to be loved, you are.
Oh.
Hey. But
Silly.
if you guys are watching this on the VOD, feel free to give me a follow, as we'll be doing a lot more art stuff in future. Sorry, my phone bobbed. Yeah, give us a follow because we're going to be doing a lot more art stuff in the near future. And additionally, we also do other ridiculous things. And you can come and tell me what to draw in future because I'm super keen on that kind of stuff. Audience participation and all that. It's my jam. So I was kind of imagining this as like one of those like tactical kilts. Because if my dad went to Burning Man, that is 100% what he'd wear. He'd also probably he would probably wear a Hawaiian shirt, now that I think about it. And then like khaki shorts or something. But if we got him one of the tactical kilts, like a work kilt, he would absolutely wear that. And I actually do think they're super practical for Playa. Because they're airy, which is awesome. They've got a billion pockets, which is super important for like having all the things on you. And if you ever need to go to the toilet, just sort of lift a leg.
Terrible.
We are terrible, terrible people. So we'll just sort of loosely define some of these kilty bits. As you should.
Gonna lie down.
Yeah, that's fair. Is it alright? It has been along. Just being a chicken. You're good?
Yes.
Okay.
Just tired.
Okay. Just.
Well, I'm not sure yet.
Alright, well, you let me know if things change.
I will. You know I will. One of us is very good at that.
Calling me out on stream.
Again.
Again? Fair enough.
Stop saying things that require me to call you out for them. I'll stop calling you out for them.
Yeah, fair enough. I won't though, because that's not me.
I know. Which means that I'm not going to stop calling you out.
Terrible.
But I love you.
Oh, I love you. You're the best.
You're the best.
My.
Sometimes you call outs.
Yeah, sometimes. All the time.
I was being polite.
Happy size. That's what we like to hear. Happy size. That's fair. T's gonna complain she hasn't been out today. I know. I'm gonna take her a big one tomorrow, and she went on a super big one yesterday, so she can actually survive.
She's just going to be complaining.
Yep. I mean, when is she ever not? Let's be honest.
Why is there a wet patch on the couch, Tia?
You told her off for licking the couch like
Did.
5 seconds ago.
Yes, but now there's a wet spot on the couch.
Yeah, fair enough. Alright, what's a funky Hawaiian design? Like a semi sort of paisley thing, I guess. Leaf patterns. Thing, wasn't I? Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Go here to manage this. I have pending requests from my Burning Man group. Whoa. It's not working. Oh. All right. Where were we?
We were having a nap.
We were having a nap.
By we, I mean.
You are. Yeah.
I don't believe you were having a nap. That would be a bit weird to nap on the stream.
You're not allowed.
You're not allowed to fall asleep on stream?
No, because someone kept doing it and getting a whole bunch of follows, and then it got a bit weird. So they
I mean, that does sound a bit creepy, so fair.
because the idea behind it was like you could go to this person's stream, and then like throughout the night you could like play sounds and make them wake up and stuff, but you had to pay money to do so. So it was essentially just like them allowing themselves to be trolled for money.
Right.
And Twitch was like, yeah, maybe not.
Yeah, that is a bit weird.
It's kind of a little like, you know, if it's your hustle, go for it. But I can see why they disallowed it.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It does. How are we doing detail wise? Still not the best. So
My computer died.
that's fine.
I'm not sure where the charger is.
It should be just
I
there.
couldn't bother to look for it. I lay
That's
down
fine.
instead.
Okay, so we've got a bit of detail coming in. Again, this might still just be the practice run for the final piece. I am not sure yet. We are doing a run through Burning Man. If people are keen tonight on Altspace VR. So if you have Altspace VR, you can join us in person, and by that I mean digitally. But you can join us like actually in the app, rather with a program, rather than via the stream. Or you could do both. Both is good. We've been doing that every day this week so far. We're going to take Friday off streaming it, just so we can take some of our less internet confident people through. They don't particularly want to be broadcast on stream, and I think that's totally fair. So we're gonna have a non-streamed version on Friday, which will include us getting super drunk. Yay! So if you have the app or the program or whatever, and you'd like to join us, Friday's the night to do it. Apparently, that kind of makes sense to me. Then Saturday is Burn Night. It's also D&D for us. But the actual burn doesn't happen until Sunday our time, which means
What time?
it'd be about midday, which is why I was asking what time your family wants to do their thing.
Yeah, that's fair.
Can always have two screens open, but
I mean, 3:30 or 4, that's like 3.5 hours.
that might be around the time.
Oh.
But we'll see.
Okay.
The Fire Conclave starts at 12, or 1 o'clock our time, and it's usually like it's anywhere between 30 minutes to like 2 hours after that the man actually burns.
Right. Okay. Well, we can have 2 screens open.
Yeah. And that's fine. It's up to you. Lovely daughter. For those who don't know yet, Tia, our lovely daughter, is a furry puppy.
Yeah, we don't really make that very clear. It wasn't just a child licking the couch.
Yeah, it wasn't just a child.
It was a Rottweiler.
It was a Rottweiler puppy. Well, not a puppy, she's giant, but
Teeny tiny.
she is giant. Security alert. You only have a basic firewall. That's fine, I don't need anything more than a basic firewall. Go away.
You have a Rottweiler, that's your security.
Yeah, it's not really digital security though, is it? Time is 5:30. So the trick with almost any art form is layering. The more you layer, in most artworks, better it gets. There is a point where you can, it's called flooding the page, when you add too much into it. But for most artworks, that's pretty hard to do. And if you do happen to flood page, and just fill it full of awful colour that doesn't actually match, then you've learnt a valuable lesson. Never to do that again. Or just, where the line is, which is, I think everybody has to learn at some point. Now this is called flesh coloured, and I'm very sure it's not.
Flesh-coloured really is.
Yeah.
It never matched my skin tone.
I mean, a lot of the flesh colour things never match mine either. And I'm pretty stock standard white person, so there you go. Yeah, this is pretty pink. But the real reason why flesh tones never actually look like flesh is because your skin is not one colour. It is a plethora of colours mashed upon each other. So you've got bits of reds and blues and greens, all sort of smattered in between. You tend to be variations of like browns and reds with very, very small hints of green in it, and tinges of yellow. Is what primarily most people are. So it doesn't matter if you're light or dark skinned, that tends to be the color palette that you're working with, which is a broad range. But the primary basis is the sort of those browns and reds, and then the hints of greens and yellows just richen the tone a little. Offset the balance back to something slightly cooler when it gets way too warm, which is what the issue tends to be with most people's flesh tones. Flesh is difficult to color correctly. To get photorealistic color or flesh tones is a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I can't do it. I've tried.
Yeah. Yes, we have tried many a time at university and failed. So don't feel bad, ladies and gentlemen out there, if you cannot do it, or lady at home.
I don't feel bad. I'm not the artist here.
Yeah.
I can write a very realistic poem or something. Make you believe it's actually a poem.
I always believe your poetry is poems.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Wrote you a haiku.
You did. We need to post that.
Yeah. I write mine.
Actually, we should.
A couple of others.
Yes, you should. We should take you to temple this year, and you can make an offering with that lovely haiku. I think that would be perfect. This is where we're at. Whoop, 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 whoop. Getting there. Alright, so that's the rough plan. This is not going to be the actual artwork. We're going to turn this into a much nicer one. Sort of there to there, maybe a little bit tighter. Yeah, a little bit tighter, looks nicer. Might even turn the page. But we'll do it on some nicer paper, which we've got here. And turn this into something good. I'm enjoying sort of colouring at the moment, so I don't know if I want to colour these or if I want to start a whole new thing. So we've got these at the moment. The detail on that isn't amazing. It's sort of like, just need the camera to be like just a little lower. I might do a colour thing instead. I'm gonna grab one of these. Are these just all those? Those are all just all those. That's not what I want. What I want is you. So this is a little cheaty. We've got our Angel of Agony here, who will have come up a couple of times on the screen already. But I'm going to colour this guy in. This is just a printout of the artwork. This is not a redraw or the original. The original's in this book and one of the other books. I don't know. I'll find it later and show you. This is also, if you can't tell, a pen drawing. So you can see I like doing artworks in pen. This is what I don't like about these. Run out of ink super quickly. I think that's the problem with these. It's not necessarily that they're bad markers. It's just that they don't have a lot of ink in them. Which makes using them as markers kind of difficult. So what we might do is broad strokes and then come in with pencil and color it in a little bit more deeply. So what I'm doing at the moment is basically just layering colours. So the other marker that was running out, I just used to scratch in some shading and some detail underneath. And then I'm coming in over the top of it and just layering the colour over the top. So that we get so that we get this kind of nice feathered effect. Hi Ticket Turtle, can I draw an egg? I can absolutely draw you an egg. Here we go. I'll put this to one side just for a minute. So we go.
What kind of egg?
Larger at the bottom.
They're round all around?
They're round all around. They're bigger at the bottom.
Smaller at the top?
Smaller at the top.
Are we glad we've got them?
We're definitely glad we've got them. Do a little shine at the top here. And then we'll say, oh, it's in this nice little, a good egg. Oh, we want a good egg. Okay. We can do a good egg. We'll just put it in a nice little nest. How you doing, Ticket Turtle? Hope you're having a good day. Ironically, not an 18 plus stream, although it is a mature. You like bacon. Well, we might be able to stick some bacon in here somewhere. Yeah, Yeah, not an 18 plus stream, so something you're actually allowed to be in for once. So here is our lovely egg. Just shade in this egg. How are we going to make it a good egg? What denotes goodness in eggs?
They're not rotten.
They're not rotten. So... Do I play Pokemon Go? I do play Pokemon Go. If this is going to lead into can you add me, the answer is probably going to be no. Only because minors and adding things on the internet is a tricky and difficult business to work our way around. And my deepest apologies, but it's sort of not really something I can get into at the moment. So here we go. He's Sheriff. Sheriff Egg. Sheriff. So he's a good egg.
Did you say he's a good egg because he's a sheriff?
Yeah.
Are you saying that all sheriffs are always...
I'm not saying all sheriffs are all good. I'm just saying that this sheriff is good.
Okay. Just thought I'd check.
Are you calling into question the goodness of this good boy?
No, I haven't met this egg. I was calling into question the logic to make it a sheriff because that makes it good.
Surprised Kermit face. Not sure what that's in reference to. It is Kermit. There you go. A good egg. How do I know the goddess? Or is that supposed to be goodness?
How do you know the goddess?
I know the goddess because I married her.
Oh.
Alright. I am a doll. Back to working on this. Kermit's pretty awesome. We like Kermit. Kermit the Frog here. So, how's your day been, Tick Turtle? Looks like the eggs from Monster Legends. I don't think I've ever played Monster Legends. So I'll have to take your word from it on that one. For it, that's what I meant. Words are hard, guys. Still not amazing picture. Is that slightly better? Come on, autofocus. No, just doesn't wanna. I'm gonna have to get us something just here that I can sit my camera on. Because every time I look at it, it's bugging me. I can't use my water bottle. I need like a stand. I'm gonna have to shift something for next time, I think, is the key. And in the meantime, we're gonna draw on a box. Hey, beautiful Isabel.
Yes.
Do you want to chuck me one of those boxes?
Yes.
Sorry.
Oh. So much effort.
Oh. That was things kicking around. Oh, that's a little better.
Oh, good. Do you want to second the box?
Would a second box be even better? A second box would be even better, but I kind of want something in between that. But that's alright, just check the second box. Sorry. How dare! Alright. That's much better. Look at that.
Congratulations.
Can see it now. So, stream friends. I might as well show you. There you go. That was the one we were working on before. In all its sort of high detail glory. And this is the one we're working on right now. So, this does make it slightly harder because I have to be right up close when you get my my face right in there. But you can actually see the detail that I'm putting in now, so that will change things slightly. Make it a little easier. I don't want to do that. I want to just chuck in chunks. That's better. I think we might have lost Tekka Turtle there.
Did he get bored of you?
He probably did.
Harry.
Went back to drawing things. We might be here though. Who knows? If you're here, give us a holler. What's up to you? What's up, my beautiful melon? All big size. I don't know, why would we? Okay.
Apparently I've just won myself a car.
I mean, you can have the car if you want it.
Would would you like to update your car to my car that my sister currently has?
That actually wouldn't be a terrible idea.
My car is definitely better than your car.
It is. Congratulations on winning a car.
Thank you.
This box technique is a little difficult, but we'll get there. There we go. Trying not to block the view of what I'm doing too much while I'm drawing. Oh, painting. Colouring? Colouring. We're getting a bit of colour in now. Add some detail and highlight in here. This is sort of just the idea, is layer colour. So you start with your highlight. Usually you work from light to dark. But I like getting in shadows first so I can see what I'm playing with. And it also gives a nice basis to then add in layering over the top. Ooh, the Wellerman. Let's... There we go. This is our adventure mix music. So there's a few sea shanties and the like in. They don't always fit what we're doing, so sometimes we just skip along. Yeah, anyway, so I was saying, I like to work in my shadows first, because it gives me a good idea of where my structure is, and a hard boundary for where to mix my colors in. I tend not to do it if I'm doing like just straight black and whites, but if I'm doing something like this where it's sort of a bit of color and definition in it, or if I want to put in color afterwards, which I might do with this, having the shadow in is helpful to balance the palette out. Because if you start with just lights, then your sort of really lights end up being too light in the end, because you add in your shadow afterwards, and then you have to go back in and add some definition, because everything becomes super washed out against the shadow. And so this is a way of kind of preempting that by balancing the darkest shadow you're possibly going to get, or close to, and then adding in your color. Adding in words are hard. I need to make a words are hard command. That's what I need to do.
Yes, you absolutely.
Where's my book? Where's my list of things to do? I have lost. It's hiding. No, I got it here. I got it here. Thanks. Words are... I mean, you can text me love. Words are hard. Command. List of things to do. Oh, I rolled a dice. I got a 2.
Congratulations.
many things happening. Alright. Just keep kicking on through this. We are running out of ink in this marker. No. No. I used it too much. I used it too much making... Is it this one? Oh. Used it too much making this. And the lovely lady that turns up on occasion. There. Whoop, whoop. This one. And this one, which isn't as good. Short head elf. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure I've killed this marker a little. But that's alright. Is that detail enough? I kind of feel like I'm losing the detail constantly on this thing. Oh well. Ah well. That is not what I asked you to do, marker. Come on. There we go. Alright, what's this like? More brown. Okay, cool. A little bit darker. This will be a nice blended meld between the two of them. Hungry, are you?
I mean, wait until you're ready to get off the street. Not in any urgent need for dinner. What are we doing for dinner? I can make pesto for myself. Doesn't really help you though.
I've got bolognese. I could make bolognese.
And you got yourself an egg, didn't you?
Yep.
Cool. I can have pesto and you can have bolognese.
Sounds good. Let's do that.
Sounds amazing.
You're amazing.
But I'm not excessively hungry yet. I had a snack when I got home.
Cool. Alright, let's stop making this as pretty as it is. See if we can add in some definition. So we're chucking in our highlights now. We've finished with the bulk, at least, of our shadows. So we're starting with this kind of mustardy color. The idea being I'm going to try and fill out our highlights with a kind of like fiery motif a little. See how that looks. We'll just come in with our highlights. Check this kind of mustard color at the top. Just sort of skirting on the edge, because this will be it's kind of like a shadow to the shine as a base color. You put a slightly darker color along the edge to give the lighter highlight more definition. Doesn't always work depending on what colors you're using, but with yellows and oranges it tends to come out pretty nicely. So I'm going to start with that. Just very outlines. This really hard orange. So this is like I think it's cadmium. Yeah, cadmium orange. This is gonna. So this is like our super vibrant orange. We want like just the hint of this, and the mustard underneath is helping to blend that color back in. So it makes the orange pop a little more, and then also gives it kind of a glow effect through to the other side. Just like some of the tips of these wings. Get a sense that like there's a kind of raging inferno next to him. Because that's sort of the inference here. So, burning in the fires of agony. How's that looking? Yeah, it's not bad, it's not bad. Hey, hey. It's almost like I'm an artist or something.
Shocking.
I'm funny. Or at least I think so. Alright, so yellow to kind of blend it through. Oh, that was a bit of a mistake there, but that's all right. Just blend it through. As we said before, I work in ink because You have to live with your mistakes.
Mm.
You do. And what you do is you turn your mistakes into happy things. Intentional something something.
Do you?
Yeah.
Is that what I've been doing wrong?
Apparently. So making the most of your happy situations.
I mean, I do make
And
the
the
most of my happy situation.
and the most of your unhappy situations.
I'm not supposed to just lie on the couch all day.
You're allowed to lie. Well, self-care is important as well. So, you know, find happy middle.
Fair enough.
Look after yourself. And then also take advantage of the terrible things that happen. Because every cloud and a silver lining and something, something, something.
Makes sense.
Or don't. Like, don't listen to me. I'm an idiot.
Just letting you know that my mother is going to call me at some point
Cool.
soon.
Uh,
I will go into the other.
how soon time frame?
She said,
Any
I'll
minute
call
now?
you soon.
Okay. Well, we can mute the stream for a little bit if you want, or we can.
I can just go into another room.
Oh, but
How
then
much
you won't be
longer?
near me.
How long are you planning on streaming?
Like 15 minutes.
Yeah, it'll probably be before 15 minutes is up.
That's fine. So I'm putting in this fluoro yellow, and it is interesting. I'm not sure that. Again, happy accidents. Not sure that it's the best color on the page, but on the stream, it's looking pretty good. So we'll see how that goes in a second, and what we might have to do to just dress it back slightly. Some of this caramel, I think. We'll blend it back in. Oh, that's a little dark. No, that's not doing it. Right, that's right. That can be our come in and blend colour back. Add a little more definition to these bits. So, where we're at now is a pretty good point to point out. If we had started with just the lights, so if we hadn't put this definition of shadow in here, and along the edges, this would look super orange and super yellow. And you would be tempted to either pull back and not do as much, or balance it out as you're going. This is where putting in the shadow is important, because at the moment it's actually, the amount of orange is actually pulling some of that shadow out, and it's starting to look a little flat. So we're going to go in and put in some slightly darker mix, just to bring some of that definition back in. We're going to go over probably most of this with a marker, but this just is trying to add a little bit of this definition back in. Because we're losing some of it just on these edges. No. Don't want too much, just a little flex. No. She can't hear me, she's got her headphones in. We're happy here. Just chugging along. Alright, so we'll finish this up. And that might be it for the stream. Just for now, we're going to come back and do Burning Man stream. So we'll go on Playa and have a play around. If we finish that early, which we might tonight because Cog's not going to be around, there's probably going to be a few less people joining us. But we'll see. We might continue on with some more of this art stream stuff. Because that was sort of the original idea of me, my streaming in the first place, was to do art streams. It wasn't actually playing games, which is what I've been doing a lot of. Oh, that's looking much better. Yeah, let's get you back in the center there. Like that. I like that. Yes. Okay. And now, how dark's that? Not too. Okay. I'm going to blend this through. We want to just. It will lighten as it dries. But we just want to get a little bit of that definition back in. Because, like I said, we lost some of it. Oh, Lucy Bell's up and about.
Hello?
She's a good egg. That Lizzie Bell. So I am trying to be, oh, that was a bit of a mistake, that's fine. I am trying to be conscious of not adding too much ink to the page, because that's sort of the thing we were talking about before with flooding. There's two issues with flooding the page. One is the color balance, so if you keep flooding the page with color, you eventually flood it and you lose all your detail, which is not great. And the other thing that happens with flooding the page is, especially with inks and like watercolors and things like that, you get the page will start to warp and the inks don't really work as well. But this is looking good. Happy with this. Is that doing the thing? Autofocus. Pain in the ass. Yeah. So I'm liking that. I think that's a good it's a good version we've got going. So I'm going to start adding in some of this detail. See if this does anything for us. Just going to do it on the darker side. Just to see if adding in this small amount of detail like really makes any of this pop. And it should. That's sort of why we... Oh, that's not right. There we go. Yeah, that's it. That's adding the detail we want. Cool. The idea here is there are a lot of details that we lost in colorizing this, and we sort of want to get as many of them back as possible without just going in and like literally re-adding them in, because I don't think that does for us what we're really looking to do. But this kind of like half side detail thing might. Hope you are all enjoying this stream. If you are, please give me a follow. It's much appreciated. We usually do donations and drinks and things, but because Burning Man is decommodification, we're specifically not doing that this time. I do mention it though because, you know, artists, and you should try and support your artists as best as possible. They provide a lot for the community, and we tend not to get a whole lot for it. I'm an art teacher as well, and been using that to supplement my career thus far, but I would like to get out of that one day, because it's definitely not for me. But creatives tend to end up doing things like that. We do other jobs to support our art career, rather than the art career sort of funding or supporting us, and that makes it really difficult to actually make all these things that we make. So if you can support your artists, you absolutely should. They will be super appreciative. And it's super good props. So if you can do that, you absolutely should. How's that looking? That's it. That's it. That's what we want. It's got that extra fine definition in. Yeah, so we're going to finish up shortly. It's almost 6:30, so it's dinner time. But we will be back later. We're going to do Burning Man stream. We're going to do more art streams. I might try and jump on at some point tonight and just do another cheeky art stream. Because, you know, I like art. I like doing art. I like streaming. I'm enjoying all of this. So if you're enjoying it too, please do let me know. I do take commissions. I do take like requests. So not necessarily a commission, but like just if there's something you would like to see me draw on stream or whatever. I'm super open to that. If you would like the artwork at the end, you know, you can let me know, and for a little bit of money and a little bit of love, we can organize getting that to you. But yeah, for now we're just kicking on with projects we need to get done, because we have a few of them. Just going in and filling in some of this detail. Scratching some shadow in, some light shading, just to get some of that extra definition back into it. Because there we go. I want to make this super pretty. Because super pretty is important. Oh! I don't usually draw up this high. I'm like right at chest height. So all the blood's all the blood's coming out of my fingers. Because it's right. It's actually just above my heart. Which is exactly the problem. Yeah. Don't draw elevated like this, guys. It's definitely not good for you. But we'll get through it. Oh. The fan is on auto tonight. We're just adding in these little feather details, and then that'll be the end of it. That should. Oh, I'm rushing now. You need to slow down. Slow down. Slow down. New World Artist, stop being in overdrive. Just take it second by second. Draw in the detail you need. That's it. I think that's it. I think we are happy. Let's see if going a little closer adds the extra detail. And it does. Let's go from bottom to top. Is that right? No, we went this way. Because it's how I look at it. There we go. There we go. So bottom to top. So it flies up. Wow. Yeah, what do we think, everybody? Hope you're enjoying it. I like this. I think this is good. I think this is good enough. Good enough for signature. Proper signature. World 21. So this is going to get turned into a tattoo. Not for me, probably. Let's take that off the screen. Probably not for me. But someone's going to get it. I'm imagining this as either like a big thigh piece or like a back piece. Yeah. Let me know what you think, ladies and gents. Hope we're all enjoying this stream so far. Cool. I'm happy with this. Alright, thank you very much for joining us. We will be back in... what do we think? An hour and a half? 2 hours time-ish? 8:30. We're going to do Burning Man Alt Space VR stream. And then we will, after that, probably do some very late night drawing. Like 1-2 o'clock-ish. I'm probably actually just going to continue the stream and swap out the information. But we'll see how we go. I might stop-start. Yeah, so if you're keen, you can come along for that. If not, you should absolutely... Oh, I have just noticed something that is bugging the crap out of me. Sorry. This is what happens, artists. You know, you keep looking at your work and then you're like, no, I hate that. I want to change that. I want this to look like it's supposed to. How's that? That's better? It's a bit muddy. I don't know if you guys can see very well, but like the foot was not defined enough. It's also super long. That was a problem from the original image. Anyway, I'm going to stop fussing over this because it's done now. For now. Yeah, so we'll be back. We have finished this one. We may go on with... Yeah, good egg. We may go on with the Burning Man artwork for my dad. This is rough draft. This is not good. This is just planning where things will go. But we could do this, or we could colour in these lovely boys. I'm doing a lot of colouring at the moment because of the way we do. There you go. Oh, now you can actually see these better. There you go. So that's what we're going to make them look like. And this is the one that we're on at the moment. So I have done my lovely koi down here, and I've started on the eye. I think this is where we're up to in terms of using the marker. The micron, sorry. The fine line pen. And this is the one we've finished already. And then all the other ones look like this. So they are pencil sketches that have been basically just chucked together from my books. And we're turning them into cards. Nice little divination style cards. There's some of them are over there on the screen. Yeah, so that's probably what we're doing next time. If you have a preference, you can let me know, and I will do the thing we do. Words. So let's leave the screen with this on and say thank you very much for joining us, everybody. You are all awesome, wonderful people, and we'll find someone to raid. So let's move our screen back over here. Find someone to raid, just so we share the love a little, because that's important. Gotta have love in the world. Twitch.tv. And we want to find someone who's doing arty things. No one is online that we usually stream with or watch. So let's have a look at someone fun. Perfectly someone I'd also like to watch. Oh look, there's me. No, I want someone with a mic. Sound's taking a second to catch up. I don't know if you can hear that robot-y noise that happens occasionally. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Fucking hell, ads take a while, don't they? Yeah. Alright, this person looks like someone we might want to watch. So, the Dungeon Monsters. Let's chuck 'em a raid. Alright, thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. Much appreciated. You're all awesome. Bye-bye. When it catches up. There we go. See you guys.